Ayad is a house slave. They're gonna do it, dude. It's coming. You know what I do when I see that? I laugh because it's obviously bullshit. You know what Ethan Klein does when he sees the CPS reports though? He feels scared. He feels targeted because he knows they are not baseless like that against me is. That's the difference. I know that I'm not going to be fucking arrested for calling Abdullah Ayad a tame domestic animal. But I do know that Ethan Klein is genuinely feeling the heat from CPS. That's why he sees this as genuine risk to him. It's neither of those things are harassment, but if one of them was, it would be what that guy tried to do to me. Not fucking calling CPS, because calling the cops on someone puts them in real danger. Not calling CPS on them. Calling CPS on them does not cause any immediate threat to their physical well-being, okay? Not the same thing as trying to pretend that it is.
At first, I thought it was crazy. I was like, there's no way Reddit is actually colluding to protect them. But after 2 years passed and the shit just keeps piling up, there's literally no other conclusion that could explain this. In my content noob, I explore the idea.
Here's the conclusion to explain it, Ethan. You're lying. There's no genuine harassment. There's no genuine doxing. There's none of the shit that you're claiming. It's just people who don't like your show, criticizing you and insulting you, which is not against the Reddit TOS. That is what's happening here, you liar.
That Twitch has been ideologically captured, and the people in that company are using their terms of service selectively as a form of activism.
You're a literal conspiracy theorist. You're an insane fucker. Twitch has been captured by communists, Reddit, Hamas. And Reddit is also captured by communists, and it's also Hamas. You cannot get more Israeli than calling everything Hamas.
They calm down hard against people that they disagree with politically, and they ignore, protect, elevate the people that they do agree with politically. Something happened recently that's going to blow your mind. I started running reruns of Content Noob on my Twitch channel as a form of protest, being petty, honestly, and just wanting people on Twitch to see the video I made. Well, wouldn't you know it, if on the same day we launched it, our stream was closed for 30 days. We got a suspension for 30 days. That's pretty severe. What is it that we did wrong? Encouraging or glorifying extreme violence. So, to get this straight, my video showing Hassan supporting terrorism got me a 30...
For one, how do you know that's why it was? And for two, this happens because of Ethan Klein constantly. I had to put disclaimers for YouTube moderators when I play Ethan Klein clips saying that I denounce what he's saying, because otherwise my video will get removed for hate speech. I have to do it constantly. And there was another guy who had a video removed from YouTube because he played an Ethan Klein clip that YouTube deemed so hateful that his video got removed for showing it. Yet Ethan Klein's own video where he said that was still up.
So today I woke up and I saw that I got a community guideline strike on my reaction to...
This is actual evidence, by the way, of Ethan Klein getting preferential treatment by YouTube, that others get banned for showing what he says while he has these moments in his videos and he doesn't get action for them.
Ethan Klein's content.
So, ironically, Ethan Klein has no evidence for his claims, yet we have clear evidence that YouTube favors him. How does he end his wonderful video? Let's find out.
Day ban for encouraging and glorifying extreme violence. Hassan's footage of him doing it on their platform and actually encouraging terrorism. No punishment. How the fuck can you be this blatantly, pathetically obvious? They don't care. Nothing's changed. They don't care. They're spitting in our fucking face. They're flaunting it. They don't give a fuck. I got banned for 3 days.
They don't give a fuck. Is that there's no violation, you stupid fucker. There's no violation. You are a rich celebrity. They would favor you. The fact that they aren't favoring you speaks fucking volumes, dude. The fact that they aren't catering to your every whim on the floor or on their knees for you shows that they think that you have no grounds for any of this shit against them, and that your claims about what is happening on their platforms are not true. That's the crux of it. You are rich, you are powerful, you have lawyers, you could do whatever you want with them. You don't. And the reason why is because you know that you're in the wrong and that you're fucking lying to form a narrative of harassment around what is actually criticism. By the way, your wife was assigned to you by the IDF.
His content that he wasn't punished for.
Agent Healer. Agent Healer had to go through weeks of excruciating training to repress her sense of smell for the Ethan Klein assignment. Think about it.
It makes sense. And, you know, people go, oh, it's automated, it's probably a mistake. Well, fair enough, right? And that's why I appealed it. And within a few hours, I got the answer on the appeal. Your account was recently suspended for encouraging or glorifying extreme violence. And a member of our team has reviewed your appeal, and after taking a look into the details of your case, we have determined that your account will remain...
Okay, so your account was reinstated. And why are you speaking so dramatically?
Due to your violation of our community guidelines.
Why?
I've never been so blackmailed in my life. I feel...
You're angry that you were unbanned. You're angry that it was found that you were falsely banned and you were unbanned. Meaning that your initial narrative that you played Hassan, you were banned for that, was proven wrong because you were unbanned and they said that it was incorrect.
Like I am trapped and that the world has gone fucking insane. This shit is...
No,
like,
you're insane, dude. Obviously, you're an insane conspiracy theorist. You think the fucking Reddit and Twitch social media platforms are out to get you. You're a fucking insane moron.
And what is happening? And I feel that
I'm going crazy
now from Reddit. Now I know.
That's what happens when a media of the loser gets real pushback because of his abhorrent political views. It's the first time he's ever had people say no to him in his life, and this is the result. He's gone completely insane. He's needed yes men his entire life, and now he doesn't have nothing but yes men. His result is to go fucking completely insane and form a gang-stalking conspiracy narrative.
Well, they're both San Francisco-based tech companies. But did you know that these two companies in San Francisco, their headquarters are blocks away from each other? It's just interesting. It's just...
Oh my god, he's literally doing a connect the dots conspiracy theory. Oh, I need the meme. He's doing it. He's doing the thing. He's doing this. He's doing this. This is Ethan fucking Klein. He's literally drawing lines between the headquarters. It's the same thing. Can't fucking believe it. It's so perfect. Wow, this is Ethan. You are a crazy conspiracy theorist motherfucker.
Interesting because it shows there's some culture happening in this tech space. I think that these people are all very similar-minded. I think that's what this is telling me.
They're all Hamas. They're all Hamas.
Tech companies, you gotta fall in line. You know what I mean? You gotta be one of the good guys. Actually, I found out that our stream got suspended for 30 days live on the podcast. Your account. Your account's currently suspended.
This is just relitigating what you just said. This changes nothing.
I got to file an appeal. Okay. Oh my God! It got banned for encouraging or glorifying extreme violence.
Wow.
That's Hassan's content that's on your platform that he didn't get in trouble for. Holy fuck.
How long is the ban?
I mean, it should be only a day ban, right? In theory.
Oh my god, he's pacing around the room thinking about this.
Ban because it's his content.
Guys, I got a 30-day ban.
30 days?
30 day, and I didn't even say...
This is crazy. Like, I just want to note, like, this video is supposedly about the stalkers are coming for my children. And, like, 2/3 of the video is just relitigating his fucking beefs with, like, Hassan and, like, people who he considers to be, like, Hassan orbiters or whatever. It's, oh my god. Does nothing matter to you aside from internet beef with Hassan Piker? I'm not entirely convinced that this isn't a bit. There are parts of this that may make me think this is like an elaborate Tim and Eric style bit. The only thing that makes me think that it might not be is that he's too stupid for that sort of thing. Like, I feel like this is the sort of thing that like Tim Heidecker would do as like a joke, but he couldn't do it because he's Tim Heidecker and everyone would know that it's a joke. Like this whole thing, it's just so absurd, so stupid. I cannot believe that he's genuine, but I guess he is. I especially cannot believe that like the people who are supporting him in this, like Destiny fans and stuff, are also pretending that they believe it. They seem to believe, like they're genuinely trying to make you think that they buy it. I don't fucking believe that. They just pretend to back him because he's against Hassan. This is genuinely insane conspiracy bullshit. Anyone can see it. Like a lot of this shit is so ridiculous that I can't fucking believe it. Like my lawyers can't do shit. I punched the table. And bringing up Giardia randomly. There was also the moment where like almost cried on stream because Hassan refused to watch his video. Like those moments make me think it's a joke. I genuinely cannot fathom that they're not a joke, but apparently it's real. It's so weird. If this came out eventually that this was like a joke and that like Tim Heidecker, who I think knows Ethan Klein, was involved, this would be like legitimately insane. Like amazing next level performance art, and I would give them a fucking Oscar for it, honestly. But I find that's my conspiracy theory. There's no fucking way I'm like though. Ethan Klein is not smart enough for that.
I didn't 30-day ban. I mean, it was worth it to do this just for this. I'm surprised that they're this pathetic.
Yeah, because I genuinely am too. That's a manual ban too.
Now, after our appeal was denied, the story
How
started.
do you know it's a manual ban?
Go viral for its blatant, obvious, laughably absurd hypocrisy.
Went viral among fucking morons like Destiny Orbiter accounts on Twitter. Yeah, dude.
They panicked and unbanned our stream with an apology. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We made the wrong decision. Well, somebody made the wrong decision manually twice. You want to fucking explain that shit?
Manually. You have no proof of that.
Here we are, where it's acceptable to call child protective services on people as an act of political protest.
No one called them on you as an act of political protest. We don't even know if they were called on you. And there was clear, valid reasoning for doing so, given that you openly said on your stream your kids had contracted a parasite and you insinuated that it was from eating dog shit. Clearly, it's a valid report.
No website read.
And clearly, given that Healer said that they are continuing their investigation into you, CPS themselves think that they have valid grounds to investigate further. You have said so much about this that you have delegitimized your own bullshit.
in which they do not care, they protect it, they enable it. I have a meeting with CPS on Wednesday where they're going to...
You would not have another meeting with CPS, Ethan, unless they thought there was a valid reason to investigate you. This does not happen just because someone calls them. They saw something in your house that made them concerned. It's that simple.
Talk to my fucking children. Twitch is banning us for showing Hassan promoting
Twitch did not ban you, they unbanned you.
terrorism. Ban me for 30 days, no punishment for him. What the fuck?
Why are you leaving out the fact that they said it was an erroneous ban?
As I prepare to meet CPS agents to talk to our children, I wonder, at what point has this gone too far? And how much worse can it get before something is done about it?
Oh my god, he's just a self-victimizing moron. Like, it's narrativization. All of it is false bullshit. I mean, what else is there to say? Insane conspiracy theorist genuinely believes it is the center of the world, and there's like a massive gangster conspiracy being led by multiple Hamas-controlled mainstream American social media platforms to, I guess, harass him, and I don't even know what the end goal of this is supposed to be. This guy thinks he's the center of the fucking world because people on Reddit watch his videos on YouTube and they don't like them, so they criticize them. And he managed to craft that into like this fucking insane narrative of mass, like, organized harassment where, like, connect the dots, fucking Twitch and Reddit are in on it. Ultimately, all of this is him, no doubt, melting down, because as a result of him becoming a harder line Zionist and editor before post-October 7, people criticized him and his Zionist wife, Hila Klein, for their political views. And Ethan Klein, being a loser wife guy, feels the need to protect her more and more and more and get more and more and more in line with her views and become more and more extreme as time went on to her level of extremeness, which is genocidal Zionist. And he knows that he cannot win on the facts. He knows that he's just completely whipped and doing this because of his wife. I mean, not to remove responsibility from him, obviously he's responsible for it as well, but obviously his wife is, her Zionism is reflecting on him, is like rubbing off on him. So, like, what is actually happening here is Ethan needs an out from being wrong about Israel-Palestine because he knows he can't deal with it. That's why he's never debated me on it. That's why he doesn't deal with the actual substance of the arguments that we make against him, of which we have done many. We have debunked every single claim that he's made on the matter. He has never responded on the merits of the facts. Rather than that, he is forming this like narrative of mass harassment, mass stalking, mass doxing, which does not exist because he knows on the merits of the facts he has lost. He knows that he has no coming back on the actual Israel-Palestine issue itself. So he's trying to shift things to this vast conspiracy theory of, like, I don't even know, man. It's so fucking out there and insane that there's no way that he actually believes it himself. I mean, no, he might be stupid enough to. And that is it. That's the crux of it. Ethan, get fucking help. Get fucking help. Not just for yourself, but also get help to fucking take care of your kids. Because if the CPS officer...
Let's do this Social Security thing. On my Jubilee debate, as I want to do in really any circumstance, I wanted to talk about Social Security. And part of that reason why I want to do that is because so many people, broadly speaking, not just Republicans, Trump supporters like these guys, have complete misunderstanding about Social Security. This was recorded back in January before, when there was no talk of cutting Social Security. Donald Trump said, I'm never going to touch Social Security. I'm never going to touch Social Security. Here is Elon Musk, Monday, on Larry Kudlow's program, talking about how all of a sudden there's this huge fraud and waste in Social Security that nobody seems to have known about.
You go another year?
Yeah, I think so.
Final report, middle of next year?
Well, we're just getting things done as opposed to writing a report. Like, say,
pause it. You hear that?
Anything.
Larry Kudlow thought that there was going to be a report, that they were actually studying whether there was fraud and waste and abuse and this and that. Like, have you actually assessed this? And Musk is just saying, oh, we're not assessing anything. We're going in with an assumption. Well, this is how they justify it. Look, the bottom line is, in Project 2025, back in 2023, Donald Trump was talking about how he didn't have to follow the Impoundment Control Act. Project 2025 wrote up this plan a year ago, but there's been, what's his face? Ding Dong, Rick Perry was talking about cutting 3 agencies. I can't remember the third. This is just knee-jerk Republicanism. The only difference is that Musk has so much money that he's making the power in the Republican lawmakers keep quiet about what he's doing, and they seem impervious to or don't care about public opinion, and so they're just going in to cut. And then, this is the ultimate shoot first, ask questions later. And Kudlow thinks there's going to be a report. Oh, no, we don't account for things. We just put stuff up on a website and then take it down as it's wrong.
Final report, middle of next year?
Well, we're just getting things done as opposed to writing a report. Like I say, reports don't mean anything. You got to actually take action. The waste report in entitlement spending, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements. That's like the big one to eliminate, because that's the sort of $500 billion, maybe $700 billion a year. That is also a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants by essentially paying them to come here, and then turning them into voters.
Yes.
So this is why the Democrats are so upset about the situation.
Okay, this is such an unmitigated lie, it's hard to express. First off, he's talking about cutting it because supposedly there are undocumented immigrants who are getting Social Security, what he calls entitlements. The fact is that immigrants, undocumented immigrants, pay anywhere between $25 billion and $60 billion into Social Security. How do they do this? They use fake Social Security numbers, and oddly enough, and most efficiently, the government, when you pay taxes, or when they withhold taxes from you, or when the employer pays taxes because you're doing work for them, they don't scrutinize your Social Security number that much. They put it in there. If it bounces back, it bounces back. But when it comes time to pay out, if you're an undocumented immigrant and you go in there and you give them a fake Social Security number, guess what happens? You're going to be in trouble. And so undocumented immigrants do not collect Social Security. They do not collect Medicare. All they do is pay in because that's the price of them doing business. So they actually are a net positive. If you were to strip, and I don't know how you would do it, other than maybe to put the onus on employers to do it, and they will not, Republicans will not do that. They always pretend they will. But if you were to put the onus onto into employers, you would prevent undocumented immigrants from paying into Social Security. If you were able to do that, you would find that the Social Security Trust Fund would deplete earlier than it is set to now. This is just one of the lies that Elon Musk is perpetrating, that Republicans have perpetrated. And, a lot of people have said, like, those people in the Jubilee video were completely ignorant. And largely, yes. I don't know how representative they are of everybody that age in the Republican Party. This thing shot out in L.A. There's a specific type of people, and there's, some of these people are a little bit thirsty. And but the ignorance about Social Security runs deep. And then, when it doesn't, it's really just a problem with the idea of taxation. Now, there's a couple of things that I got to correct of myself in this video.
So, what if Social Security should go away? That's my question to you.
Because Social Security keeps 2/3 of our elderly out of poverty. And not only does it keep our elderly out of poverty, it's essentially a social insurance program that protects you if at the end of your life you don't have enough money to survive.
For right now, do you know that it's also the albatross around...
I should also add, Social Security disability insurance, something slightly different, helps if you cannot earn money. Social Security also provides for orphans and widowers and widows. So it across the board, but largely it's essentially a social insurance albatross.
Wow,
it's an albatross. Again, not refuting that it keeps 2/3 of our elderly out of poverty, not refuting that by doing so also allows people his age and slightly older to not have to keep their parents out of poverty.
Real albatross.
This is so albatross.
Parents in poverty.
Go ahead. Program that protects you if at the end of your life you don't have enough money to survive.
But right now, do you know that it's also the albatross around our generation's neck?
No, it isn't.
Okay, so
let me just explain.
Well, you're going to go back to lecturing me about Social Security.
Well,
we don't
that's
have.
what we're talking about. Social Security.
Social Security is one of the top 3 funded.
Social Security is almost the biggest thing that our government does.
Exactly, and we are more than $30 trillion in debt.
Well, first of all, Social Security cannot contribute legally to the deficit.
Because they don't even account it in the federal deficit every year.
Correct,
we have
because
30
it's
years.
self-funding. When Social Security started in 1936, you have more workers than retirees because people haven't entered into retirement. By 1970, it was at 3.5 to 1. Now it's at 2.5 to 1. They did a weird cut here. Which is, I didn't catch before, but he's talking about we have a problem where there's a different number of workers per retirees. He says, do you know what it was when the program started? 450 to 1, which, yes, that's true. Because you had the first generation of people entering into retirement to qualify for Social Security. But again, by 1970, it was 3.5 workers to 1 retiree. And 50 years later, it is 2.5 workers for every retiree. But the difference over those 50 years is productivity. The amount that those workers can now produce and how much revenue they can generate has increased dramatically. But you say, how come we're going to have cuts? And the trust fund's going to run out in 2035, 2034. That's because of wealth disparity, but I'll explain that in a moment. It was at 3.5 to 1. Now it's at 2.5 to 1. But productivity has increased during that time, so the amount of money paid into Social Security has been up there. The reason why we are running out of money just for the trust fund, not for Social Security. Like I say, if we do nothing with Social Security now, it is statutorily unable to contribute to the debt. The math is right there. The reason why the trust fund is running out is because wealth inequality has hoarded so much money above the cap.
You don't think it's because the government does a terrible job managing their money? They have a huge spending problem, and they go, oh, look at all this money we have for Social Security that's earmarked for 60 years from now that we're just going to spend on something right now.
40 years ago, they predicted this. This is an actuarial table. Accountants sit there and look at it. This is a very easy math problem.
Accountants in the government are always right? That's totally the thing that you're saying? That they're always correct about money, right? That's why we have a $40 trillion debt problem.
The problem first off, the idea, and I don't know, I may end up saying this, I don't remember this segment that well. The idea that it's the government accountants can't add, and that's why we have a deficit or debt, is so bonkers. Like, with all due respect to accountants, if all you're doing is sort of like saying, we have this amount of money coming in and that amount of money going out, we can't figure out that math problem.
Yeah, calculator.
No, it is because you have basically a Republican Party saying, well, that money that's coming in, let's not have as much of that. Let's give some of that back to the billionaires.
Let rich people have less albatross around their neck.
But we still want to provide services, and we still want to provide defense contracts, and we still want to privatize all these services. I mean, that's what's going on here.
They're always correct about money, right? That's why we have a $40 trillion debt problem.
The problem isn't the math with the 40 trillion debt problem. It's that you have tax
It's the
cuts.
spending problem. I totally agree with you, which I would argue is part of why Social Security's gone in the hole already.
That's simply not true.
Oh, okay. So we're out of money from the Social Security bucket.
No. Statutorily, by that I mean by law, Social Security pays for itself. If we do nothing, the 6.2% that your employer and your employee pays into it will pay out 78% of benefits starting at 33. That guy is wrong. I don't know where he got this 78% figure, but I've noticed in other things around January, he was quoting 78%. The actual number is 83% it's going to pay out. I don't know why I got on this jag around that time where I saw 78% written somewhere, but I went and checked it. It is 82 to 83%. Now again, that's the intermediate assumption. Things that affect this assumption is how well our economy does. If there's a big jump or drop in life expectancy, et cetera, et cetera. But it's closer to 82 to 83% of Social Security benefits will be paid out if we do nothing. Good.